They design the world to manipulate you. Every website, every store, every advertisement, every political campaign, every social media platform, all engineered to trigger specific psychological responses. Automatic, unconscious, predictable. You think you're making choices. You're not. You're responding to triggers designed by people who understand your psychology better than you do. This isn't conspiracy. This is behavioral economics. This is cognitive psychology. This is neuroscience applied commercially. This is reality. These triggers aren't new. They've existed as long as humans have. Hardwired into your brain by evolution. Designed for survival in small tribes. Now weaponized for profit in mass society. The environment changed. Your brain didn't. This mismatch is what they exploit. Every single day. Without your awareness. Without your consent. Without your resistance. Because you don't know the triggers. Today you're learning them. Not to manipulate others. To stop being manipulated yourself. Drop this if you're ready. I see the triggers controlling me. Let's begin. Trigger 1. Scarcity creates panic buying. Only 3 left in stock. Offer expires in 23 minutes. Limited edition. All lies. Or technically true, but deliberately engineered. Your brain evolved an environment of actual scarcity. Food scarcity. Water scarcity. Mate scarcity. Resource scarcity. Real scarcity meant death. Your ancestors who feared losing resources survived. Those who didn't died. You're descended from the fearful ones. This fear is hardwired. Loss aversion. You fear losing something twice as much as you value gaining something equivalent. Marketers know this. They create artificial scarcity. They trigger ancient fear. You buy things you don't need to avoid losing them. Not rational. Emotional. Automatic. Modern application, Black Friday. Countdown timers. Stock counters. Only 5 spots left in this webinar. All engineered scarcity. Most of it fake. Webinar seats are infinite. Digital products don't run out. Physical inventory is usually abundant. But scarcity trigger doesn't care about reality. It cares about perception. Seeing limited activates fear. Fear drives action. Action creates purchase. You bought something you weren't planning to buy. Because artificial deadline. Because manufactured scarcity. Because evolutionary trigger exploited. Affirmation. I pause before scarcity claims. Trigger 2. Social proof overrides individual judgment. 10,000 5-star reviews. Number 1 bestseller. Join 2 million members. Your tribal brain interprets popularity as safety. If many people approve, must be safe. If many people choose, must be correct. This made sense in tribes of 50. Everyone choosing same water source meant water was safe. Everyone avoiding certain area meant danger. Following group kept you alive. Now, following group keeps you buying. Product reviews aren't independent evaluations. They're social proof triggers. Bestseller lists aren't quality measures. They're herd behavior amplifiers. Your brain sees crowd going right, automatically follows right, regardless of whether right is actually correct. Modern exploitation, Amazon reviews. Netflix trending now. Twitter follower counts. Instagram likes. All social proof indicators. All triggering herd behavior. Studies prove this. Restaurants with longer lines perceived as better. Even if food quality identical. Products with more reviews sell more. Even if reviews are fake. Political candidates with poll leads gain more support. Even if polls are manipulated. Your brain doesn't evaluate independently. It checks what others chose. Then chooses same. This isn't stupidity. This is evolutionary efficiency. Following successful group saved energy. Avoided danger. Increased survival. Now it just increases consumption. Affirmation. I evaluate independently of crowds. Trigger 3. Reciprocity creates obligation. Free sample. Free trial. Free consultation. Free ebook. Nothing is free. Reciprocity is the price. When someone gives you something, your brain feels obligated to give back. This evolved for tribe survival. Someone shares food with you. You share next time you hunt. Reciprocal altruism. Survival strategy. Works in tribes. Exploited in markets. Salesperson gives free consultation. You feel obligated to buy. Didn't plan to buy. Don't need product. But they gave you their time. Now you owe them. Marketing teams engineer this deliberately. Give small thing. Get big thing back. Ratio is always in their favor. Modern application. Hare Krishnas perfected this. Give flour first. Then ask for donation. Acceptance rate increased 300%. Why? Reciprocity obligation. Supermarket samples work same way. Taste cheese. Feel obligated. Buy cheese you didn't want. Software companies give free trials. Create usage dependency. Then charge. You've invested time learning system. Switching costs feel high. You pay. Not because software is best. Because reciprocity obligation plus sunk cost. They gave you trial. You feel you owe them subscription. Understanding this doesn't make you immune. Awareness helps. Resistance requires active effort. Affirmation. I recognize reciprocity manipulation. Trigger 4. Authority bypasses critical thinking. Doctor recommends. You trust. Celebrity endorses. You consider. Expert claims. You believe. Your brain has authority shortcut. Evaluating everything independently requires enormous energy. Following qualified authority saves energy. Usually works. Doctor knows medicine better than you. Following medical advice usually correct. But this shortcut gets exploited. People in authority costumes trigger obedience. Even when authority is fake. Milgram experiment proved this. Ordinary people administered what they believed were fatal electric shocks. Because person in lab coat told them to. Authority costume. Clipboard. Official setting. Critical thinking disabled. Obedience activated. Modern exploitation. Doctors in pharmaceutical ads. Often actors. Not real doctors. But white coat triggers authority. Experts in financial ads. Credentials often inflated. But title triggers trust. Influenced by Robert Cialdini documents this extensively. Titled authorities get automatic credibility. Even in unrelated domains. Famous physicists' political opinions get weight. Why? Physics expertise doesn't transfer to politics. But authority halo effect transfers. Your brain sees authority in one domain. Assumes authority in all domains. Marketing uses this constantly. Dentist recommended. Doctor approved. Expert tested. All authority triggers. Bypassing your critical evaluation. You trust. You buy. Often incorrectly. Affirmation. I question all authority claims. Trigger 5. Consistency trap locks you in. You make small commitment. Then larger requests become harder to refuse. Because humans crave consistency. You identify as helpful person. Someone asks small favor. You help. Then larger favor. You help again. Because refusing contradicts your helpful identity. This is consistency principle. Foot in the door technique. Start small. Escalate gradually. You comply because refusing feels inconsistent with previous behavior. Salespeople master this. You care about environment, right? You agree. Then you'll want this eco-friendly product. Harder to refuse. You established yourself as environmentally conscious. Refusing contradicts that identity. Modern application. Charity donations start small. $5 monthly. Year later, you've been supporting us. Can you increase to 20? Harder to refuse. You're already donor. Stopping contradicts donor identity. Political campaigns work similarly. Sign petition. Attend rally. Volunteer. Donate. Each step increases commitment. Each makes next step harder to refuse. Chinese prisoner camps use this. Start with minor compliance. Gradually increase. Eventually prisoners doing things they'd initially refused. Not through force. Through consistency trap. They identified as compliant. Each compliant act reinforced identity. Resistance became psychologically costly. You do this to yourself daily. Affirmation. I evaluate each request independently. Trigger 6. Anchoring determines all estimates. First number you hear becomes reference point. Everything after judged relative to anchor. Car salesman shows expensive car first. $50,000. Then shows target car. $30,000. Feels cheap. Relative to anchor. Absolute price doesn't matter. Relative price drives decision. This is anchoring bias. First information received disproportionately influences all subsequent judgments. Real estate agents show overpriced house first. Makes target house seem reasonable. Negotiators make extreme first offer. Makes their real target seem moderate. Retailers show original price crossed out. Makes sale price seem valuable. Research proves power. Same item. Different anchors. Different purchase rates. Wine list experiment. Expensive wine at top increases average spending. Even if nobody buys expensive wine, it anchors perception upward. Charitable donation experiment. Suggesting $100 increases average donation, compared to suggesting 20. People don't give 100, but Anchor pulls average higher. Your brain can't ignore first number, even when you know it's arbitrary, even when you know it's manipulation. Anchor still influences. Only defense: establish your own anchor before seeing theirs. Research fair price beforehand. Ignore their anchor. Use yours. Difficult but possible. Affirmation: I establish my anchors first. Trigger 7. Contrast principle distorts value. After heavy weight, medium weight feels light. After loud noise, normal volume feels quiet. After expensive option, moderate option feels cheap. Contrast effect: everything judged relative to immediately preceding experience. Marketers engineer contrast deliberately. Show premium option first. Makes standard option seem affordable. Real estate agents show terrible house first. Makes okay house seem great. Same house. Different contrast. Different perception. Your brain doesn't evaluate absolutely. Evaluates relatively. Relatively to immediate context. This is exploitable. Clothing stores use this masterfully. Sell expensive suit first. Then show tie. $100 tie seems reasonable after $1,000 suit. Reverse order? $100 tie seems outrageous. Same tie. Different contrast. Different purchase rate. Men's Warehouse trains salespeople. Sell suit first, then accessories. Works. Contrast principle. Gym memberships work similarly. Show premium membership first. $200 monthly. Then show standard. $90 monthly. Feels cheap. Relative to anchor plus contrast. Standalone. $90 monthly seems expensive. Website pricing tables put most expensive option first. Makes middle option seem reasonable. Same price. Different context. Different conversion rate. You can't unsee this now. Notice it everywhere. Affirmation: I evaluate absolute value, not relative. Trigger 8. Liking increases compliance. You're more likely to comply with requests from people you like. Obvious? Yes. Exploited? Constantly. Salespeople train to build rapport first. Ask about family. Find commonalities. Compliment something. Mirror body language. Not being friendly. Being strategic. Creating liking. Then making request. Compliance rate increases dramatically. Tupperware parties perfected this. Friend hosts party. You like friend. Friend sells products. You buy. Not because you need Tupperware. Because you like friend. Saying no to friend feels bad. Saying yes to friend feels good. Marketing exploits this through influencers. You like influencer. Influencer recommends product. You buy product. Not because product is best. Because you like influencer. Multi-level marketing entirely based on this. Friend recruits you. You trust friend. You join. Quality of product irrelevant. Quality of friendship determines decision. Research shows attractive salespeople sell more. Not because better salespeople. Because people like attractive people more. Similar to you salespeople sell more. Same background. Same interests. Similarity creates liking. Liking creates compliance. Car salespeople ask questions to find commonality. You're from Ohio? Me too. True or false doesn't matter. Commonality stated. Liking increased. Compliance more likely. Notice when someone's building rapport. Ask yourself, why now? Why this? Often manipulation. Sometimes genuine. Difference matters. Affirmation: I separate liking from evaluation. Trigger 9. Commitment intensifies with effort. More effort invested, more committed you become. Sunk cost fallacy. Rational decision: ignore past investment. Evaluate only future costs and benefits. Emotional reality: can't ignore sunk costs. More invested, harder to quit. Evolution explains this. Abandoning hunt after days of tracking meant starvation. Persistence often paid off. Quitting too early meant death. You're descended from persistent hunters. This persistence now works against you. You invest time in bad relationship. Harder to leave. You invest money in failing business. Harder to quit. You invest effort in wrong career. Harder to change. Not because future is promising. Because past is expensive. Modern exploitation, freemium games. Free to start. Invest time leveling up. Then paywall. You've invested 50 hours. Quitting means losing 50 hours. You pay. Not because game is worth it. Because sunk cost. Educational programs work similarly. Invest in first course. Average quality. But you invested time and money. Next course seems necessary. Continuing justifies previous investment. MLM schemes exploit this brutally. Pay for starter kit. Doesn't sell. Buy more inventory. Still doesn't sell. But quitting means admitting all previous investment was wasted. Pride won't allow. Keep investing. Keep failing. Sunk cost spiral. Only way out, acknowledge sunk costs. Ignore them. Evaluate only. What will future cost? What will future return? Past is gone regardless. Stop throwing good money after bad. Affirmation. I ignore sunk costs in decisions. Trigger 10. Default option wins. Whatever requires no action tends to happen. Organ donation rates prove this dramatically. Countries with opt-out systems, 90% donation rates. Countries with opt-in systems, 10% donation rates. Same people, same values, different default, massive difference in outcome. Humans are lazy. Taking action requires energy. Not taking action conserves energy. Evolution favored energy conservation. Food was scarce. Energy was precious. Wasting energy on unnecessary action meant disadvantage. This works against you now. Subscription services exploit this. Free trial becomes paid subscription. Automatic renewal. Canceling requires action. Not canceling requires nothing. Default wins. Software installation exploits this. Extra toolbars. Browser changes. Bundled offers. All pre-checked. Unchecking requires action. Leaving checked requires nothing. Default wins. Retirement savings work opposite direction. Auto-enrollment increases participation dramatically. People intend to enroll, but enrollment requires action. Intention doesn't equal action. Default wins. Making enrollment default reverses this. Companies know default determines outcome. They set defaults that benefit them. Email subscriptions default to yes. Privacy settings default to sharing. Renewal default to automatic. You must actively choose otherwise. Most don't. Default wins. Most powerful trigger. Change defaults that don't serve you. Make good choice the default. Make bad choice require effort. Reverse the engineering. Affirmation. I actively choose never default. You've just learned 10 psychological triggers controlling your decisions daily. Scarcity. Social proof. Reciprocity. Authority. Consistency. Anchoring. Contrast. Liking. Commitment. Default. None of these are conspiracy theories. All documented in peer-reviewed research. All exploited commercially every day. All operating on you right now. As you read this, as you scroll, as you shop, as you decide. Knowing triggers doesn't make you immune, but knowing helps. Awareness creates pause. Pause creates choice. Choice creates freedom. These triggers exist for reasons. Evolutionary reasons. Survival reasons. They're not bad. They're tools. Like any tool, they can be used or misused. Used ethically, help people make good decisions. Misused, manipulate people into bad decisions. You encounter both daily. The difference? Intent. Good intent uses triggers to reduce friction on beneficial actions. Bad intent uses triggers to create action against your interest. Learn to distinguish. Question everything designed to make you act. Ask, who benefits from this action? If answer is only them, resist. If answer includes you, genuinely consider. Think deeper. Feel less. Know more. This is the hidden mindset.